Okay, we're actually live right now.
Oh, wow.
Do you want to say hello? Come over here. All right, hey
Hello.
everybody. So, yeah, I'm live. I think I am. This is my Granberry Girl Reagan. She wanted to say hi just as I was getting ready to come on and do this. She kind of surprised me and knocked on the office door and said, "I want to come in." And Heidi has to go to the bathroom. So I said, "Well, I'm just about to go live, so I'm just turning on the mic right now and turning on the video, and you can come say hello. Say hello, Reagan. Say hello, Heidi.
Hello.
You just have to look up there. That's where the camera is.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So meet Reagan. How old are you, Reagan?
I am 9 years old.
You are 9 years old, and you are
6 years old.
And what's your name?
Heidi.
Heidi is 6 years old, and you guys are wearing a very cute shirt, little pineapples,
Mm-hmm. I
right?
need to eat it.
Okay. All right. And so you guys just went on a trip with your mom and dad, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. I can't tell which way it's going.
Okay, well that's all right. You guys have a seat over there. I'm going to talk to my friends here, and you get to listen, check out my grandkids for a little while.
Okay.
I got back from a week long trip in South Dakota, seeing my other grandbabies, Finley and Olivia, and so this has been like a really fun time for me to be able to share some stories. It's like I have some video that I'm going to put together because I shared some pictures. I was in South Dakota, so I flew into Rapid City, which is a very tiny airport. They have like two doors. It's like that was strange for me. And I know if you're from Rapid City or from a small town, I'm not making fun of. It's just interesting the differences when you go from a large metropolis to a very small city, and just the difference. And South Dakota is beautiful. My dad was actually born there in 1937. I think that my grandfather was born in North Dakota. So going to South Dakota was kind of a return to pay some homage to some family members. Not really. It was to travel to see my grandkids. Had a great time and took some videos and some pictures of, Mount Rushmore and the Custer's State Park Wildlife Preserve. We toured through there and just came upon a herd of 200 bison. And I shared some little clips and a few pictures of it, but I'm going to string together more of the video because it was really quite an amazing experience. And I wanted just to get on and share that I am here. I'm back. My hair and makeup were done a little bit because I did a video just a little bit with my good friend Jamie McNeese. She's been doing some videos, and we had a nice chat on video. And I just thought, well, it's like the mic's already out. I'm already in the mood for doing video, and I haven't done one on Facebook for a while with my friends. So I thought I would just come on and say, hi, how are you? How are you, badasses? I'm still badass. Okay, so I've shared a little bit about some of the events that have occurred in my life during this whole, pandemic and shutdown and just the crazy chaos of the world. And I'm a psychotherapist, so that's what I am first. That's how I make my living, and I love working in this field of mental health. And so I do treat depression and anxiety. I'm also a radio professional, and I've been watching some of the things going on in my beloved industry of broadcasting. And so I've been reaching out to some of my friends in radio and making new friends, just to basically say, it's like I'm here to help. I provide peace of mind. I do in so many different ways. And this isn't really much about me. I just wanted to share, with you that, even now, more than ever, the ethics in your leadership, whatever business you're in, whatever profession you're in, your leadership and your ethics is going to be more and more important today than ever. You've got to have compassion and some empathy for your team. But you know what? You also need to have some compassion and empathy for yourself. A lot of times we beat ourselves up because maybe we made the wrong decision, or maybe we made a poor choice, or maybe we reacted in a way that we wish that we wouldn't have reacted. I've got a lot of clients that I see that there's high levels of stress going on right now, and that causes you to act out in certain ways. You project your frustrations onto others. Whether you're shopping and you're at the grocery store, or you're waiting in line at the drive-through, or you're trying to get to somebody on the phone, and they just aren't answering the phone. I've had this problem too. It's like my phones have been flooded with people wanting psychotherapy, and sometimes I don't even have enough time to answer all the calls. I also know that I've got friends that are working in businesses that they're flooded with business calls as well. And then others who has completely died off, and they're worried about how they're going to make their next rent payment, or if they're going to lose their business altogether. I know that this is going on, and I'm really sorry. For those of you who are thriving, I would encourage you to help those who are struggling. And for those who are struggling, I would encourage you to reach out to those who are thriving and ask some help, because that's pretty much what we have to do. While I was gone, this actually started. I'm a writer. I can't help myself. That's my purpose. I'm a writer. I didn't really intend to write self-help books. That's not what I had intended initially. I started writing when I was probably 11 or 12, 13, writing poems, little poems that an 11 or 12-year-old girl would write, whatever. I wrote a book when I was 13. Yes, I wrote my first novel when I was 13. But the writing for me has never stopped. So I started working on something over, when the COVID and the lockdown started. Do you guys want to escape? They're still here. You guys are being so good and so quiet. You want to stay? You can be in the video. It's okay. Isn't it wonderful that they're still live in the studio, and it's like they realize that they need to be quiet. But where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about writing. So the reason why I wrote Bubbling Over, so when all of this began, I just had to have a way to process my thoughts, and journaling was not cutting it for me. I'm a big promoter of journaling your thoughts and feelings, because I know that once you get those thoughts out of your head, your brain is able to process them a whole lot easier. There's so many benefits to journaling, which is why I include it in all of my therapeutic practices and all of my methods is journal. Especially if you're a creative person, you need to write down your ideas. Well, this is what happened to me. I was flooded with ideas about what was going on, whether the sad emotions, the good emotions, the chaos and the angst and the loss and the grief. And I started writing this. I don't even know what I would call it now, because it's not all rhymey, but it's not song lyrics, and it's not a story. It's kind of a prose, and I'm still working on it, but it is called Bubbling Over. And I'm just it's not finished, but I just kind of want to read the rest of the end of it to you. And it's kind of about what I learned in Sedona. And I shared a little bit about it with my daughter. So I'm just going to, this is like the last part of it. It says, "You already know what you need, and it must be part of the plan. You have to open up to hear more, see more, be more, amplify to multiply, syncopate to marinate on a fresh perspective. I found my home back in my roots. I don't know if it was clarity I needed, or could it just have been empathy. My cup is bubbling over. The direction isn't as important as the journey. Feeling ashamed for being a bright light, I hid my light away. I trekked the gulch of flooded emotions, ready now to have some fun growing into whatever God wants me to be. I'll just move forward and let my light shine with a pure heart. It's all okay. In the present day, it's okay. This amazing journey is a labyrinth with many twists and turns. You can look backwards if you need to, but you're not ever entirely alone. The path in front of you will be rocky, but it's not set in stone. It's perfectly fine to pick up the pieces of your broken life. Just be sure to turn back around before you get off track. But even if you do, the journey will still be beautiful. So spread some joy. We're all going to the same place anyway." That's just the end of it. I'm still working on it. But I wanted to share that with you because during this time, we need to learn that even if we're losing everything or everything's going okay, it could change on a dime. It could change in a second. So the way that you can be prepared is, if you have abundance, give. If you need empathy and some clarity, ask. Those are the two choices you have: give and ask. And my word is trust. So trust me. I know what I'm talking about. All right. Are you done? We want to go have some fun?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to go have some fun with my Granberry girls. Thank you for joining me once again in my crazy world. Hey, guys. All right. So I'm going to finish this poem, too. And I got to go because 9 minutes, I promise, only 10 minutes, and we're at 9:08. So it's time for me to check out. Hey, you guys. I am Kelly Orchard, the Badass Certifier. And I want to remind you to be bold, be brave, be confident, be badass, and I will be seeing you real soon. Bye.
Bye.